In this week's key partnerships, we have, as I mentioned before, we have a really good friend of both of us joining us today. He is a South African, he's a superstar. He's been incredible in this year's IPL, also last year's IPL. I'm busy giving it away, but I might as well because I've already sort of mentioned his name. It's none other than David Miller. But when you talk to hot people, people who are in form, people who are just dream people, great human beings, I'm starting to get the hot flushes. So I'm just going to get myself ready for this. Give me a minute, people. It's hot in here. It's David Miller. Dave, welcome and thanks for joining us, bud.
Thank you very much, Abbas. Thank you. It's good
Do you
to be
enjoy
here.
that intro?
Jeez, that was the best intro I've ever had. I'm actually getting a bit flustered myself.
Listen, pup, we haven't caught up in ages. It's just great to see you on television, on the TV screen. I feel like a proper fan these days. I'm just like, get my popcorn ready, my slush puppy, my kids are watching. We laugh, we cry. I know exactly what it feels like, what it must have felt like to have followed me over the years. So you're doing great. But let's talk about something more interesting. I know for the last 10 years, you've been chasing a bigger dream than just playing cricket, and that is the love of your life. So could you maybe just tell the people a little bit more about how did you reel it in? How did you make it work? Because I know it wasn't easy.
Yeah, thanks, Abbas. Putting me on the spot here, but look, it's really good to be on the show, and I'm a huge fan of you. As obviously we played a lot of cricket together, but moving on from that, the love of my life. Camilla Harris, I met her a couple of years ago, very randomly through often these things happen. My dad had a horse auction in Cape Town, and he said to me, I must come and watch. I was in Cape Town. We played in Bloemfontein, I think it was the day before, playing in Cape Town on the Sunday. So it was a quick turnaround. And on the Saturday, he said, come to the horse polo, the horse auction, and come and watch. I said, no, I've got a game tomorrow. I need to rest up. Anyway, he influenced me to come. It was about a 45-minute drive, and I was the only one in the room in the sense of not knowing anyone. I looked across the room and I spotted Camilla Harris, and
The rest was
kind of just
history.
got a different feeling to anyone else. And as you say, the rest is history.
100%, my bud. No, that's his biggest catch of his life, his biggest 100. There's no doubt about it. I don't think we have to share too much of the detail because I was literally there while this poor guy was stressing of how's he going to make an impact? How's he going to tell her that he feels this way about her? Great to see David Miller like that because that's not what he's like on the park, that's for sure. Lunks, we've been following him for years. Eh? What a player.
We've seen him struggle off the field for at least a decade. But the thing is, he went to a good school, so you knew he's eventually going to get it right. And I'm proud. As a college boy, I'm proud that Miller's got over the
Maritzburg
line.
College, throwing the hats in the air. I think you threw your college hat in the air with this one, David.
Yeah, I did. Look, I suppose they say like a bottle of red wine, they mature with age.
Hey, there we go. I like that. Listen, David Miller, let's get to the serious stuff. We're very happy that your missus is there. You obviously become a better player with your better half there in the room, which we love. We love watching you score runs. But let's get to the business end of the story. You guys won the tournament last year, Gujarat Titans. Unbelievable cricket team. I'm obviously an RCB fan, but I think you guys are going to win it again. So what's been the secret there? Hardik Pandya's captaincy, just a great balance. Rashid Khan is there. Everywhere I look, I see quality. Shami with the new ball. What's been the secret in your opinion?
Yeah, Abbas, I think it's been a very successful year last year. A lot of people wrote us off from the start, and I think the guys just, we won one or two games early up that were kind of tight games. And as you would know in the IPL, when crossing the line on those tight games makes a big difference in the campaign. And we kind of just grew with confidence from that. And then, just somehow managed to win games that we should never have won. And right the way through, somehow just got the momentum going and kept it all the way until the trophy. So for me, it was one of the most successful kind of periods, 6 weeks of my life with my cricket, in terms of a squad. And to answer your question, I think, you know, I look back on it, and even now, I mean, we started really well, so there's still a lot to do the rest of the season. But I think all the way through, there was contributions from every player at some stage, whether it was a diving save, a diving catch that changed the momentum of the game. You know, Rahul Tuatia, Rashid Khan coming in and winning games by facing 4 or 5 balls right at the end, you know, where other guys have scored 70, 80 and make a big impact in the game. It's those smaller contributions that I feel has really made us win games as a team. And obviously with the ball, we've got some world-class bowlers that are really, you know, you can kind of just bank on them. Everyone has their, you know, their good days and bad days, but I just feel like our bowling attack is really mature as players. Kind of a really good team performance, I would say. We don't necessarily rely on 1 or 2 players. If they don't perform, the other guys kind of pick up the slack. So I think it's it kind of just works and got a great environment as well. So really enjoying
Yeah,
it.
you mentioned something very important there, and something I've believed in throughout my whole career. If you get a bunch of players, competitive players together in a team, it's really difficult to stop. And then you add a bit of talent, you add a bit of luck as well, add a bit of calmness and composure in the coaching staff area, and you've got yourself a tournament-winning team. Dave, I've got your stats pulled up here of your whole IPL career since 2012. We all know you've played for 8 years at the Kings 11, 2 years at Rajasthan then, and now it's your second year at the Gujarat Titans. But the interesting thing is I can clearly see where Camilla comes in here.
There's definitely a BC before Camilla. Yeah, the 100. I saw that as well. He looks happy.
People, I mean, 2022, average of 68.71, strike rate of 142. 2023 so far, averaging 50 at the strike rate of 150. Those are match-winning figures right there. Your whole IPL career is a career of an incredible player. 38 average, 140 strike rate, 139. It'll be over 140 after the end of this tournament. Which takes me to my point. You are the most underpaid player in the IPL. Congratulations.
Thanks, Thomas. Appreciate it.
That's just my 5 cents, my opinion. I think you deserve a lot better than you're getting. But anyway, Davey, all the very best with the Gujarat Titans for the rest of the season. I know that table is looking jam-packed. For you guys, not so jam-packed. I think you guys are probably through already, maybe on mathematical technical difficulties, maybe not yet. So one more win, but I know the standards you guys keep, you want to win all of it. Lungs, you said Gujarat Titans also for the win, right?
I've said it from the very beginning. They're going to win this weekend again. We're actually celebrating our 160th year as a college boy, so he's going to donate his win to Goldstones. We'll have a drink for him with the mates that can't be in India. I'm just happy. And thanks, Camilla. I know she's in the room. Thanks, Miss Harris. Everything that you've done is just... You've changed this young man into a superstar, and long may it continue. So, thank you.
Oh, no, it's a pleasure, guys. Listen, I think if we end up winning, I think, as you mentioned, the donations going to Goldstones at Maritzburg College. I think a portion is going to go towards getting you a new cap, Zams. Because that's, I mean, I don't know if you're playing golf there in Scotland or not, but yeah, we can work on that.
It's coming hard. I like that. Dave, just a quick one away from the IPL. We've covered quite a bit of the IPL now, and we don't want you to make too many calls. The future of your cricketing life, number one, what's your biggest goal ahead? Number two, from a social perspective, I know there's, and I'm not going to mention where, but I know there's a bit of a farming interest for you away from the game in the future. Maybe tell us a little bit about that. You don't have to say where it is, but I find that very exciting. And needless to say, I like the fact that it's pretty close to where I go on holiday. So we'll be seeing a little bit of each other in the future. But just those two things, your goals for your cricketing future, maybe how long you're going to play for, what do you aspire to be in the next 3 to 5 years, where do you see yourself going? And from a social point of view, tell us a little bit about that farm.
Yeah, but I think, you know, in terms of cricket, I've played a long time now, and I still feel like I've got a lot more in me. As you would know, I think it's all at this age, it comes down to just looking after your body and making sure you're in tip-top shape. And yeah, so to answer your question, as long as I can. kind of take it from year to year. We've got a World Cup at the end. We've just qualified for the World Cup, so we can celebrate for that. So we're going to
Under a bit of pressure
protest
there, huh?
going to the World Cup. Yeah, no, we were under the pump, but we got through that one. And yeah, so a World Cup at the end of the year, you know, that's going to be a big one, and really looking forward to being a part of that at some stage. And then, yeah, just in terms of cricket, as long as I can. Socially, yeah, you mentioned a farm. I'm looking to kind of look for some land in George. I've got family there. You know, the Western Cape is also a beautiful part of the world. So I'm obviously based in Durban. I've got a house there, but at some stage, I'd like to see what's happening in George, where my uncle has a strawberry farm, and obviously looking to expand his farm, you know, from year to year. So there's one or two opportunities there that I'd like to kind of get over the line. Yeah, and I mean, I'm 34 in June next month, and so hopefully in the next 3 to 5 years, I'm married and got a few kids.
Oh,
Yes,
it's all
sis.
happening here on the 360 show.
Did you want Camilla? Yes.
I love it.
David Miller.
Listen, so people, he's talking about a farm. It's the Red Berry Farm. It's close to George. If you're ever in South Africa, wherever you're from, it's worth visiting. And Davey, yes, you guys had us stressed out with that World Cup. I don't think it would have been the worst thing if we had to qualify. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be in India.
In Zim.
Is-
They would have had to go to Zim for the qualifier
Oh, yeah, I
tournament.
didn't know that. You see,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
So
the qualifiers
that's why
would
he's
be
so
in
happy.
India.
No.
And then you play the World Cup, and that is like a nice warm-up. But anyway, no, okay. We did
That's
good.
why he's so relieved.
We
He
did
doesn't
very
have to go
good.
to Zim. Yeah.
Dave, we're looking forward to the rest. You're only 33 years old, so looking forward to the future and looking forward to you playing very well over the rest of the games. We're going to make you part of our next segment, which is called Quick Singles. It's a true and false. It's 10 questions, Zams, right?
Yeah, it's 10. It's quick ones. Look, you know, we're not going to make it mathematical equations because AB, I'm not going to get into
great.
that.
Anyway,
So
Dave, hold on 1 second, Dave. So we're in a team this week. It's 10 questions, 5 to you, 5 to me. If we don't get 8 out of 10, am I right?
Yeah.
At least 8 out of 10 or more, then we will be punished. I'll take the punishment on your behalf if we don't get it right, and I'll post something on social media where I fulfill this punishment. And if we get it right, if we get 8 or more out of 10, we'll chat to the man next to me with what he's got to do for our viewers. Okay, Zams, fire away.